Everybody's on their smartphones all the time, everybody's connecting to anything from any device. Yet when these people walk into an office or walk into the majority of workplaces, they're given a specific device, they've got to log in a specific way and they've got to access specific applications. So there's this huge gap between cultural expectation of how they want to consume IT, but also how they want to work, and the way that the IT is being delivered. And that, for me, is what I see as the biggest issue right now in the sort of workplace. CIOs are really important in the adoption of modern technologies, and the reason for that is because technology nowadays is so integral as part of working life. It isn't just a sort of side project anymore. And so their role is actually also, in incorporating these technologies, will also impact things like recruitment and retention of staff as well, and including their well-being of staff. People are still very much in work with quite a number of years, while their children have now left home and their mortgages are paid off. And so they've got fewer sort of responsibilities, if you like, and so they're going, well, why am I working all these hours in this stuffy office in this specific way when I could be doing something I'd rather do that's more flexible, allows me to have a better work-life balance? And so I think it's kind of on both ends of the spectrum. So you've got the technology being driven by, the expectations being driven by the younger employees, and you've got the cultural sort of work-life balance expectations being driven by the older employees. And I think it's kind of meshing those together to sort of create that maybe utopia. The biggest blocker I see to progression of technology in many organisations is legacy applications. So if they just take a step back and they just go, well, how would we like our employees to work? How would we like them to access stuff? Imagine there were no blockers. And then sort of look, well, where are we today and where would we like to get to? And then we can start to build a path. You can start to then work out and go, well, are these things really that important, or are they just important because you've used them for the last 20 years? So my strategy around that is just take a step back and look at what you want to achieve. In the consumer world, we have identities, right? We have identities on all sorts of applications, eBay, PayPal, Facebook, whatever. And that is the king. So you make sure that identity is secure and you can have anything you like sat behind it. When you go into a business environment, if you go, right, the device isn't important anymore. Applications are, sure, but they need to be sat behind an identity. The type of connection isn't important anymore. And so you just go, well, actually, I need to have a really secure identity and a really secure way of managing that identity. And then that forms the heart of your strategy. The first step is work out where all your identities are, work out where your central identity is going to be created from, and for many it will be a HR. And then you have your centralized identity and access management platform, which will then automate all the other provisionings to those applications. And all of a sudden you've now got central points of identity and you've got control over that. And then you can make that identity really secure because you've only got to worry about one. For many years, Capita has delivered value within the infrastructure services. So we know IT, we know how to manage it, we know how to deploy it, and we know how to support it. So that's the core kind of basis. So we've got huge expertise in those areas. We're now translating those into newer technologies. So using that same capability, the things that our customers trust us for, and translating that over into the newer technologies. So it starts with listening, and then it's about making sure that we're mobilising that great capability that we're known for having into those right sectors, so that when our customers are saying we need help in this area, the answer is always yes.